Hello, this is Jilly Bling. How are you today? Are you wowed by this card? Look how pretty this is. I have my little notes here. Can you see how it stands up? Isn't that beautiful? So this layout, justbstamping, blogspot.com had this layout, and she used different things to decorate it, different things, but I love the layout, and it is just one piece of paper, and we will do this one today. I have a little note of what colors I colored: olive, petal, pool, crumb light, saffron dark. So here it is. It's so pretty. That could be as a wedding card. And then look on the back. Isn't that beautiful? So I wanted to use the extra dies in the set. There's dies to cut out the outline of the flowers, but then there's extra ones, and I kept wanting to put them on, and it just wasn't a place. And this one, I was about not to put them on, but then I tried them. It's like, oh my gosh, gotta put them on. And this is some new paper. This is new designer paper. Pretty, pretty. Okay, so let's get started with making the card base. And isn't it amazing? It's just one piece of cardstock. Actually, it's a half a piece. We will be using Blessings of Home, Peaceful Moments for the words, the dies, Flowers of Home. I didn't even use these pieces, and they're great. And Layering Circles, and this is a Christmas one, Seasonal Label dies for this die cut right here. Okay. So you all know me and my templates. I have a template, and I'll take a picture of it. So don't worry about writing everything down. You can if you want to, but here's my template. And it really does make sense. My little notes: first thing to do, second thing to do, third and fourth thing to do. But we'll go through it step by step right now. Isn't that fun? Okay, so this base paper is 5.5 by 8. Not 8.5, but 8. First step is to score at 2 inches, and then at 6 inches. Let me make sure I have my scoring. Okay, this one is scoring, the lighter one. Okay, so score at 2 inches, and I'm looking right up along here and pushing the paper up to the ledge. 2 inches and 6 inches way over here. Okay, we're done with that. Second step, cut at 1 1/4 inch between the score lines. Okay, so I'm going to turn it. So I know it's hard to see, but right here's a score line and here's a score line. So I'm going to line it up at 1 1/4. And with my cutter, it's hard for me to see them too. Cut from right there to 2 inches. And then I'm going to flip it over and do the same thing over here. 1 1/4 right up here. Is that right? 1 1/4. Cut between the score lines. It's a good thing that if you mess up, we always have more paper. Okay. Let me see if those look equal. These score lines look equal, and the cut lines look equal. Okay, so that's the second step. Third step, score at 3 inches and 5 inches. Oh, that's for these pieces here. Okay, so 3 inches, not cut. We're done with cutting. So between the score lines, 3 inches, and slide it over to 5 inches. 5 inches. Okay. Step number 4, score at 4 inch. That's for the center bit. 4 inches will be right here and right there. And gosh, after all that, I hope I did it okay. Let's see. So here's my paper. Looks like I scored over a little bit on some of them. So I'm just going to do soft folds for right now. I'm looking at this one. These are going to kind of go up a little. This is kind of a peak. And this part goes up too. I did it. See, that wasn't hard. What did that take us? A whopping minute? We did good. Okay, so the fold is kind of there. So now I'm going to confirm the folds. Make sure it's square. And oh, I probably should have showed you how this thing closes. It closes by just putting the flaps to the side. Just like that. That's going to go down. This worked. Okay, so Just Be Stamping said, it's not that hard, so don't you worry. And it's true. I guess they could both go to one side if you want. However you want to be. I think I like it this way better. Okay, now it's time to decorate. So this is for the flowers, and I'm going to try something different. So on this one, I did the big flower, and it pained me to cover up the beautiful big flowers right here, but it looks good, so it's okay. So this time, I want to try the little flower 2 times, and I probably should have tested this before. I'm not quite sure of the layout, but we're going to give it a try. And I know I'm going to cut off the stem, so I'll let that hang off. That stamp's so pretty. So I'm stamping in Memento so that I could color it in with the blends. Okay. Isn't that just beautiful? It's the stamp. I just stamped it. Wow. Okay, so in here, oh, and I want to show you all these little fancy extra add-on pieces. I have an easy way to show you. So this is for the big one. This one is what I'm really looking for, but we will use these 2. Okay, the big one could go there. I'm going to cut out these and color them. Look at that. Speedy camera. Okay, so there's all these extra pieces. So there's all of these, plus all of those. And I kept thinking, well, what are they? And I would take them and kind of stick them in here, and it's like, no, that's too bulky and it covers up the flower. But let me show you. That's what they turn out like. All those are just extra pieces. And you could put them in, I was thinking vellum. You could put them in all different kinds of, just kind of like neutral to add on stuff. This long one, I put right here. Little ones here. And along the words, I put those like that. And I love that. So are you asking, what paper is this? This is a new catalog. This paper right here, you get 2 sheets of it. And I think it's two sheets for $5. And it is this right here. Isn't that breathtaking? And look how nice it goes with all of this, all together. Yeah, I mean, there's no way to go wrong with that. So we'll do 2 of these, 2 of these. And on your little sheet of paper, you can get 2 long ones, 2 of this one, and then 2 of that one. And they're all slightly different. Like to me, this one, it looks like traditional leaves. This one, they have little cutouts in them, but each one of them is just a hint different. They all go together. Okay, back on task. Okay, we'll do all this in just a minute. Let's get to decorating, because once you start decorating this thing, it's like all of a sudden, it's like, hey, the card is almost done. And at first when I did it, I did just the front. It's like, I have no idea what to do with the back. And I was just so mesmerized by how beautiful the front turned out. Then when it came to the back, it's like, I don't know. So I just pretty much did the same thing. And then I was trying to put just a white area in the back so you could write something, because there's not really any place to write on here. And I put the perfect sentiment in there, but you can't write anything. So bad me, but I love it. Front, you can't write unless you write on the side. Here's where you're supposed to write, but look how perfectly that fits. So this is for people that don't like to write much. Isn't that pretty? Look how nice that goes with everything else. This is, I think it's called Texture Chic Designer Paper. And it's a premium paper because it has the gold foiling on it. And it's beautiful. So I will put the paper cut sizes on my blog. And because this is the last project, I'll probably do it tomorrow for all 5 projects using Blessings of Home. So this is a Gotta Have It box. Gotta Have It is if you order it from me, I'd love to send you the card kits. And there's 5 card kits. And if you order it before, I think it's June 18th, or by the end of day, June 18th. Then at that point, I'll start cutting the papers and sending out the kits. So this morning it was just pouring down rain. It started out sunny and it's like, oh, they didn't know what they're talking about, those weathermen. It's a nice day. Then it started getting cloudy, then it came down. Tony was like, well, I planned on barbecuing. He finished his little bench chairs to sit out by his open air wood fire pit. And he pulled out all this chicken to barbecue. That was his plan for today. But it's like one shower after another. Finally, right now I think it's finally clearing up. So maybe things will change. But the boys are outside. So there will probably be a knock from a little dog at the door any minute now. Probably the hardest part of this project is cutting all these pieces. Who could cut 8, what is it, 1 inch by 1 3/4, 2 3/4 by 3/4. Ugh. But after it's cut, kind of forget the pain of cutting tiny pieces. I have a tiny little cutter and that helps with these little ones. My big cutter, I don't think I could even see the 3/4 inch mark. Pieces and pieces. This one's so small, I don't know if it even wants to 2 bits of adhesive. So maybe just one in the middle. Okay, I'm not sure about the layout of those flowers on the front, but we'll get it figured out here really quick. So I've had this project, that finished one, sitting out here since last night. About 8 o'clock I finished in here. And anytime I woke up in the night, it was like, oh, tomorrow is the day. I love this project. I love the fold. Just Be Stamping, you got a good one. I think I started following her on Pinterest just to try to keep up with all these great ideas. I like fun folds, as long as they're not weird. As long as the card stands up. There's a few of them I've seen, and the card just kind of flops over. I don't like that. This one I definitely do. Also, the last one that we did, the fun fold, with the 2 top panels that go in. This one is narrower and this one's a little bit wider. Those, that layout is really nice too. Okay, so I'm going to put on here the same as what I did on the sample, the Happy Birthday from Stamps at Peaceful Moments. Right in the middle. Pretty. Oh, I should do, since I have this out, my favorite words. You are a real blessing to everyone around you. I like that. Right in the middle. Alrighty. We're done stamping. Okay, so this one goes onto the back. I just do 3 strips. So what's the back? This is now, because the back and the front at this point, they were alike. Look at that. Aren't we fancy? Okay, so for this, these 2 dies, that one and this one. So these are going to go here. And you know, I'm not too sure about the layout quite yet, because I'm not sure about the how the flowers are going to work out. So there is a little bit of a trick to the flowers. Just for the movement of the card. Oh, you know, I should put those gold things on. The gold bits. So, I have them all cut out of this paper. Here's the long ones. And here's the shorter ones. Okay. When I did this one, I did one of this and one of that. They're just different leaves. This one kind of has like the holes in it, and that one's more traditional leaf. But that was mostly because I wanted both the stems coming from this side. If I would have done this one twice, which I just now was thinking of doing, then I would have a stem over here, and I really didn't want that. But when I was putting, once again, these same pieces on, the 2 same ones, they're different. And I was thinking, it'd be better if they were alike. So I guess that's a dilemma. So if this one is here, see, I don't want to see the stem. So I'm just going to stick with it because the bow can go right here. So we get this thing decorated. So when I was putting these gold embellishment pieces on, I just started with half of it with glue for placement, because putting glue on the whole thing and placing it probably would end up being a mess. And I'm sure you're neat and tidy with your glue and setting stuff down, but I get it all over my fingers. So if I do just half of it right now, I could kind of place it, let it dry a bit, and then come back and lift up the other half and stick it down. Didn't clean this one out, all these little detailed bits. Okay, so I'll just start with the center. The center plus a little extra. And that's going to go on these side panels. Because it's glue, I can move it around. That looks good. My Roomba has lots of work to do. It's like my feet are in little bits and pieces. So when you're putting these on, just make sure not to cover up where the card will fold. Otherwise your pretty little leaf will get folded. Don't want that. I don't know if you could go wrong with the gold. One more. I love this paper. Okay. Kind of procrastinating because I'm not sure what to do with those, the flowers. Okay, so this is going to go on here, but let's finish sticking this down. So these ends are well stuck, so don't cringe when I fold it over, because once we put glue on it and stick it down, you won't even notice the fold, and having it folded over certainly helps get glue on it. Okay, go right into place. Look at that. These ones are, I don't know that you need to get every little bit down. It's kind of nice with it popping up. Makes it look a little 3D. Oop. Okay, so that one is done. Since we're on a roll, stay consistent. So now I'll do these. So, we're going to be doing garage sale at Mama's house with class next week, which is kind of exciting. So just about everything retiring, and just about for the past 20 years, everything that's retired, we're going to fill up her living room, dining room with tables and leave it setting out for, I think it's going to be over a week. So that will be fun. We're going to set it up on Wednesday. I have to set up the tables, get it all out from the garage. And a few of you have asked, you're talking about garage sale. I want to go. I want to attend, but I live 500 miles away. So I'm thinking after garage sale, if there's anything in particular you want, let me know and I could check. And it's everything is decent pricing, but you have to pay for shipping, which hopefully is understandable. But I'm thinking maybe afterwards I'll make a list of everything, and I'll post a list of everything that's left over. So if you want something, let me know. Just about everything that's does your glue ever do that? Everything that is retiring or retired will be in garage sale. A lot of bundles. bundles are good. Okay, so we have this done. I think the back is done. I'm procrastinating, okay? So if this goes here, this will go here. So the trick to placement of the flowers is, see this panel right here? The flower has to be covering the outside half only. If you have it right here, it's going to impede the movement of the card. If you have it over here, it's just fine. And that was after lots of playing. So on this one I had the panel. Where's that panel? And I put it on trying to figure out how could I not, because I love the big flowers. And I even took this thing and cut it apart, thinking maybe I could make it a little bit wider so you could see more of the flowers. No. Okay, so for placement, I'm going to put just a little bit of adhesive on here and on here. And I'll probably end up cutting this off, but we'll see in just a minute. And on here. So I'm going to do less than half of the panel there. And it's okay if it goes over onto here. To an extent. Okay, so I'm hoping this will work. See, I don't know if that looks good though. Oop. I didn't, hold on. My finger said, you didn't attach all the gold. Okay, so back to the placement of the flowers on the front. If the card will close with those flowers lightly stuck down, that's where they'll stay. Good. And good. Okay, so you would think, okay, you're set. But hold on, you want it to go into the envelope. This, you'd have to make a special envelope. Oh, so that means I need to tuck in these flowers closer and maybe lose some of the pool party flowers. Another thing I was thinking is I want to put the bow right here to cover this, and then I'm going to cover up lots of the flower. So let's try changing it around just a little bit. Back to how the other one was. So I'm going to make it a bit shorter. It's just so hard to cover up that pool party little flower. I like the green on that one though. So you just kind of have to play around with it. Okay, I think I'm covering up all the pool party. Good. And it could stick out a little bit, but all my pool party is gone. Okay, let me try changing it just a little bit more, because I know that will work. Wonder if I could just cut it off and put it elsewhere, because they're so cute. But am I going to cut into that leaf? Because now if I put the pool party bow on, it's like, why do you have pool party? There's no pool party showing. Oh, and I love this ribbon. That might work. Good. It's a little bit. Okay, I think that might work. There's a bit hanging off, but not too much. Yeah, I should have had this work out. Well, when you're doing your card, you know what to look for and what to do and what not to do. Okay, I think that's it right there. Might be a little bit too wide, but maybe the flap needs to bend. Just because I like it. I like it, I like it. Okay, so let's get to building this. Yeah. And you know what? I'm just going to leave those where they are, because you know what a pain in the behind it was to get them placed. I want to see some of the pool party. Now you're probably thinking, those flowers aren't stuck down very good. They will be. But I'm avoiding that crease right there. Like this crease right here, because I don't want to stop the card from bending and folding the way it should. Okay, we are good. And it looks good. Yep. Okay, pool party, double bow. And I have a video on double bows if you're like, I want to do those. And all it takes is watch the video, pull out your ribbon, give it a try, and then do it over and over, and you'll get it. And if you're local, you can just bring me a spool of ribbon and a pair of scissors, and I'll make you some double bows. I don't mind, really. If you get one nice and small, it will cut off circulation to your fingers and they'll turn purple. But it's going to be cute if it comes off my fingers. Guess who was stamping this morning? So with all of our rain showers coming and going, Tony and Bo were staying inside. They're just having a leisurely morning. I'm like, I have to go so that I could do the video. So I have a whole nother stamping zone right around the corner there. Standing up stamping. Doesn't everyone do that? A little glue dot right at the knot. And the last bow, the little tails were going all different directions that I didn't want them to go, so I had to use more glue dots. Like these, they're going up. So I might need to try to control them. It's kind of like my hair. The curls, they're everywhere. Need some product. So I'm going to take 2 glue dots and fold it in half because I want just a little bit of a glue dot. And put it here under the little tail. There, that's behaving better. So this bow has 3 glue dots on it. Trying to get it to be tamed. Okay, I think we're done. I think that's it. Okay, if you got this card, if it was an envelope, you pulled it out, happy birthday. You gotta do that. Then you flip it over because you feel something over here. You are a real blessing to everyone around you. Oh, wouldn't that just make you smile? You don't even need to write anything. Okay, so this is it for today's project. This is the last of the Blessings of Home, Gotta Have It project box. And next on the list is going to be the honeybee. And that will probably be another week before I get started on that. Okay, thank you for tuning in. I really appreciate it. And if you can, give me a thumbs up. I watch the thumbs up so I know what you like, so I know what to do for next time. And I hope you have a great day. Thank you. Bye.